Welcome back, and today I'm going to show you how to make an omelet without using a non-stick pan. So if you enjoy my videos, hit the like and subscribe. We're at 20 something subscribers. The reason why you want to avoid non-stick pans is because non-stick pan, the coating in it is not very good for you. So this is just a regular stainless steel pan, just like a cheap one, 20 something dollars. Well, non-stick pan, you know, the coating can scratch off and then it leaches into your food, so that's not good. Like in culinary school, they teach you how to make omelets with a non-stick pan, but today I'm going to show you the only way I figured out how to make an omelet without a non-stick pan. So the first thing you got to know how to do is you got to crack the eggs in a separate bowl. This is very important. Well, first let's put the butter. You want to use 1.5 tablespoons. I mean, this will vary how much butter you're going to use or how much oil. I choose to use butter, but this is 1 tablespoon and this 1.5 tablespoons. So if you have a bigger pan, probably different amount of fat you want to use. And you want to preheat this pan, and you want to preheat the oven to broil for about 5 minutes. See, look how slow it's melting. This is how low temperature it is. So the temperature is 210. It's very, very low. So you can tell on how cold the pan is based on the temperature. This thing's not perfectly level. That's annoying. I made sure it was level, but I guess it wasn't perfectly level. So you want to crack the eggs in a separate container, because that way you don't get eggs, eggshells. Crack them in separate and then put them in the, where you're gonna mix them. And make sure you get all the oil. I mean, you want it on the sides too. Like that. I always whisk eggs with a whisk. So I preheated them longer. I don't know, like 10 minutes I preheated this, but you gotta only preheat it for 5 minutes. And you wanna cook with a timer, very important. So you wanna, hopefully you can see it, hopefully it's in frame, the timer. All right, there it is. So you wanna start the timer and make sure you get the oil all over the sides. And this is very important. You wanna pour the eggs from the side here. And slowly. And the reason why I use a timer is because you're going to cook the eggs only for 1 minute. This is very important because you want to get the bottom set. So 1 minute, very important. Most of the cooking is going to be done in the oven. You're going to set the oven for broil, because if you set the oven just normally, you're going to cook the bottom. This way the broil cooks the top. And I'm gonna use cheese. So you're gonna melt the cheese with the broiler. So it's almost a minute. See, the egg is gonna cook a little bit. This is all you want, because you don't want any color on the egg. All right, it's been a minute. You don't want any color. All right, so this is very important. So the oven is set to broil. This setting right here, and it's just the coils on top. That's what broil means. So this right here, this is what it's gonna look like. It's barely cooked. Most cooking is gonna happen in here. And then you're gonna cook this for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Well, until it looks done. 2.5 minutes is for me. But this is what it's gonna look like right here. And you're never gonna put it back on the stove. If you put it back on the stove, that's when the eggs start to stick. Right here, they're gonna not stick. Hopefully you get a good angle of it. But right now, just gotta wait. All right, it's almost been 2 minutes, and notice it's almost setting. There's a little bit of raw egg cooked on the top. Just a little bit longer. You don't want any color on it. And see how the sides start pulling away? This is how it's gonna become non-stick. So see, it's still a little bit raw. So it might vary your cook time. It's only been, it should be done like really soon, like right now. This is the only way. In culinary school, they teach you how to, you have to fold the eggs. Use a non-stick pan and then you fold the cooked eggs on top of the uncooked eggs. And that's how you cook it. But this way, okay, it's almost done. This way, you get the top cooked. That's how you cook the top, is by folding it. But you need to use a non-stick pan, but I don't recommend. I don't even own a non-stick pan. Almost cooked. I mean, you can raise it a little higher for the heat. Last time it took 2.5 minutes. Now it's almost 3 minutes. All right, that looks like it's cooked. And then you put it back on here. Let me put the camera correctly. This thing is turned off. There's no heat in it. It's off. So here's what you gotta do. You gotta slowly do this, because sometimes it still does stick, but notice it's not sticking at all. You wanna do this so it doesn't rip. See, it sticks right here. This is where you pour it in. It's very, that's why you gotta pour it from the side. Then you just rip off the part where it's stuck, and just keep doing this very slowly. And eventually it's gonna come loose. All right, see, it's loose. It's gonna cook a little bit longer because I'm gonna put the cheese on top in the broiler. But this is it. See, it's not stuck. So I'm gonna use this kind of cheese. You can top it with whatever, but I use cheese. I use 2 different kinds of cheese. Oh no, it's gonna fall off. And right here, let me get the camera. You just put it in the broiler until the cheese melts. That's gonna take about a minute more, or it depends. It's not very long because the heat from the eggs is gonna cook it. And the cheese was at room temperature already. So just do this. The cheese isn't even gonna melt all the way, because when I fold it, the cheese melts all the way. All right, that looks good enough. This is what it looks like. And now I'm gonna fold it. This is how you fold it. Oh, there's cheese on the, or butter. Here's how you fold it. You just point it the direction that's gonna come out. There you go. I think it was too hot. Yeah, the pan was a little bit too hot. That's why you have these bubbles. butter has a little bit of water in it. That's why the bubbles formed. You can use clarified butter or ghee if you want to, or use a different kind of oil. It's all about low temperature. And now this is what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, see the cheese melts. So if you enjoyed my videos, hit the like, subscribe, and I'm out.